Hello, I'm Joey from the MakeCode team at J1 on the forums. We're gonna be making another game today. Guys want to go?
Yeah, I'm at Richard on the MakeCode forums, and Richard is my real name too.
I'm Daryl at Darzu on the MakeCode forums.
I'm Shannon. I'm at Shakao on the MakeCode forums.
Okay, so the last 2 days we spent building up a game where we can move around schools and stuff, and we figured we'd start on a new one today using the generator we did on Monday. I was spinning it a few times earlier, and it looked like a lot of these would be very complex games, and I was hoping to get one done in just a single sitting today. So we might need to add a few more words, adjectives, and all that to the spinning to get something that fits.
Well, I think if we just limit ourselves.
Okay. I mean, limiting it is hard, though. Either way. Let's start spinning it. Okay. Oh, I like this already, though. So it's a colorful
one. See?
Yeah. Shouldn't have given that intro. So a colorful game that's a shooter in the tundra that must include monkeys. I like monkeys a lot personally, so this one's kind of fitting for me.
Although, are you shooting the monkeys or
no? Like, huh? It's not shooter like first-person shooter. It's shooter like space shooter, like Galaga.
Yeah. You're defending the monkeys. They're at the bottom of the screen, and you're like defending them. You can say that.
I mean, it could be the jungles trying to overtake the tundras. They're natural enemies.
Right.
They're always next to each other.
Jeez, so you throw bananas at them to make them happy, and so they go back.
Exactly. The monkeys could be just throwing a variety of fruits. That's where the colorful comes in. And then like the enemies could just be coming from the other direction, I guess.
Or maybe it's like Fruit Ninja. They're throwing fruit at you, and you're just knocking it down.
Okay. Well, let's give this one a shot because I like it. So colorful shooter tundra must include monkeys. Okay. So go here, create a new game.
13.
Well, 13th. That's a lot. Stream colorful shooter. I can't type. Shooter tundra must include monkeys. I guess this is probably not going to show up at all in the bottom. We'll see. Okay. Zoomed out a lot. Go in. First off, I just want to make the monkey sprite because I like the monkey sprite. And that's the easiest thing to put on the screen right away. So we go to the gallery. We already have a monkey, right?
Yeah, normally we do our own art on these streams, but the monkey's just so good.
Yeah. I don't think we want to go through and making the whole animation, but it is my favorite animation in Arcade. So if you have some time, like anybody else, we can check.
It wouldn't be too hard, right? We got the animation editor now.
I guess that's true, and it does even go through there. I guess that's an easy thing to show real quick, if nothing else. So first off, what would we have to do to add the animation? Because I don't see the animation category.
Go to advanced.
Advanced, extensions, and this will show all of my extensions that I have because I forgot to make a new thing.
Yeah, so there will be a lot of extensions you're seeing here that you will not see if you click the extensions.
As I make a lot for myself.
On your editor. This is just because Joey is particularly, prodigious when it comes to making these things. Prolific. That's what I meant.
Yes, I make a lot. So yeah, this animation editor, we made it just before we released, so it's a new and fancy. So we open it up. We've seen it before, but I don't think we added the animation package before because we were just modifying one. I think that's true. But we should just be able to go through and make it. So we just want these ones to start, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because this one's like a second animation.
Yeah, and I think you really just want those first 5 frames.
First 5, okay. So we got 1, 2. I'm really glad that the call preview that you probably can't see is right here, but it's just enough room right here for me to turn it on. So there's 3, and 1 more, and 5. Okay, so we got the animation. And let's make it down to maybe 1 type cube.
So what's that number, Joey?
So that's how long it will take it between each frame of the animation. So it'll be 100 milliseconds here, or here, I guess, 100 milliseconds here, 100 milliseconds here. So let's try playing it and see if that looks right. Yeah, about the right speed to me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Okay, so we got that. And now it's happening, but it's just happening once, it looks like. So we play it. So we probably want to turn on the loop, right? Anybody wants to mention what the loop does, I guess?
It loops it.
Keeps running.
Yeah. And then one more thing we should, if we look at it, it kind of blends in with the background because it has a black border around parts of it. So we might as well change that too. So.
What color is the Tundra?
Cyan?
I think it's white.
White, maybe white.
I'll go with white, I think, yeah. Okay.
That's the Tundra after it melts.
Yeah. Okay. And we said that these guys are
effect.
invaders, so not us, right?
Hmm?
The monkeys were going to be trying to invade the Tundra or something, right? Or were we the monkeys?
Yeah. So what should be defending against the monkeys?
You could also just be a monkey in the Tundra.
Yeah.
Well, if I'm being a little pedantic here, it said must include monkeys.
Yeah, that's an important point. So I guess these do have to be the enemies. So let's rename them to something else real quick. Well, I guess just monkey.
Well, it could be like, I'd love to do like a variant on, so it's not just you shooting an enemy that's coming, right?
Yeah.
And definitely
so like,
not be shooting any monkeys in the course
no,
of this.
absolutely not.
No, you'd be feeding them. We'd be throwing food at them.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we could do like you control multiple, like you have multiplayer and each player is a monkey.
Yeah.
That gets a bit complicated for one string though.
I guess we could do the base mechanic first and then see where we're at.
Yeah. So did we decide are they the enemies or are they the player? Anybody want to make a decision? Because I'm very much in between right now.
My vote is for they are not the player, but they're either aiding the player or they are spawning the projectiles that the player is going against, if that makes sense.
Okay, so you're trying to get past their throwing of fruit at you. You're trying to get through the Tundra?
Yeah, that's one idea.
Okay.
I don't know if anyone has a better one.
I think that's good. There's a nice throwing animation for the monkeys too. I feel like they've got to throw something.
Is that one in here? Let's see. Oh yeah, there we go.
I think that's actually a laughing animation.
Really?
But like he does move his
That
hand.
might be two animations.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, this is the laughing. I can see that. But we could use this, and this for hand out front, hand back, picking something up to throw, and then throwing it forward.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, let's get to the important part, which is making a lot of monkeys. So we've done that before, right? We can just make them on the right side of the screen to start, probably. So let's make a function for that. Make a monkey. Make a monkey. Yes.
Well, before we go too much farther, do we want to nail out the basics of the gameplay, or like?
I'm just excited to make a monkey, but yeah. What should we play as then if we're trying to go against the monkeys? What's a critter in the Tundra?
So, okay. So the game is the monkeys are throwing fruit at you and you are catching it?
Still up for debate.
Still up for debate.
Yeah.
Okay. Hmm.
Monkeys definitely throw things. Things that live in the Arctic are rabbits, those cute little foxes, polar bears, and penguins.
Hmm. I have an idea for an isolated game mechanic. I don't know how it will work, but you notice we're on a white background, and all of these animals that you just named are also white. So we could have animals that like appear from the background, and they're just like a pair of eyes at first, and then they become like.
Oh my gosh! So you
It's
played
like
the monkey. The monkey throws fruit, and when it hits the sprite, we replace the white color with whatever the color of the fruit was.
Yes.
Ball.
And
Colorful.
so by default, you just see their eyes, just two little black dots.
Mhm.
And then when they get hit by fruit, they suddenly turn into a fox or something.
Yeah.
Okay, I really like
And then
that.
you have to wait. So you're the monkey, or
Yes, I think.
cool.
Okay.
Daryl?
I like it.
Okay. So let's start us off over here, and then we can just move up and down only. So like grid aligned.
Sure.
Okay. So if we're playing as the monkey, then we're not gonna have monkeys, but we can make it. We can do stuff with that later. So first
Too
off,
excited about the idea to
Yeah.
stick by what I said earlier.
yeah, that's important. So we have the move sprite one, which is that's why it's getting mad. We need to make it monkey like it says. So we can move up, move around, but this is letting us move left and right too. Anybody know a way to work around that? Or fix that?
Yeah, click the plus.
Click the plus. So lots of things in arcade have little pluses on them that let you get more options that you might not always need. In this case, the plus shows Vx and Vy, so how fast it will move. And if you just set Vx to 0, I guess you can't see it, but I'm clicking. Oh wait, you can't see it because it shows on the sim. Later. That's good. If you click left and right now, you won't move at all, but if you move up and down, you can do that. Okay. So we got that, and then we just want to move him. The monkey's facing this way, and I don't really want to flip the image right away. So let's make it so the critters are over here, and we move him over here.
Sounds good.
Okay. So we can set, no, I want to use the right. Set monkey, and we'll set the right side of their sprite to 0. That will place them off screen for a second. But then if we go scene, we can get screen width. And now they're on right there. Let's see. We already talked about right yesterday, so I think that's fine. And screen width is just, the same thing as making a variable for it. This is just the number 160 always. But it's a lot easier to read.
So the screen in arcade is 160 pixels by 120 pixels.
Yes. Okay. So now we got to get to the making semi-invisible critters. Okay. So let's make a sprite. I'll just do it in the onStart for now when we can start moving stuff out once we got one, I think. So we got our sprite, and now's the part I'm scared about because I have to draw a rabbit in it. Let's see.
So just draw it all white except for 2 black eyes, I think.
Yes. So it's got a big pair of ears. It's going to be a very big pair of ears.
There's no such thing as too big ears.
Not for a rabbit, no.
Jerry, that's looking great.
Like that, I guess. And then
Missed one.
fill it. And then we said 2 little black eyes. Right there and right there.
What about a tiny bit of pink in the ears?
I do like one little bit of pink in it. Okay. So we got that. And now it'll show up right here. And it looks kind of scary.
Maybe the pink is a little weird.
Maybe the pink. Yeah. Let's get rid of that for now. You can add it back in later when there's more animals, maybe, so you can see what it's gonna be.
Yeah, let's just do a bunch of animals right now.
Oh. Okay. Before I do that, I'm gonna rename this to Bunny.
Critter. Oh, okay.
Well, I gotta like show which critter's which, so we can pick.
I
Like,
want to change the kind of it too.
okay. New kind critter. There we go. Okay, so what else is in a tundra?
Fox.
Fox.
It's just tiny pointy ears.
So I want the bunny, but I want the ears like right here.
And then
And
the
the
nose
face
should also
is more
be pointy.
narrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I can do that all with just the marquee tool too. So like that, and then I want to pull in the sprite right there. So marquee. So this one that tool lets you select parts of the sprite and move them around. Maybe a little bit.
I think you want the face to be longer, like a triangle pointing down.
Maybe that's all. Yeah, maybe that is all it needs. So like that. Huh? For some reason, it doesn't like the first select. Now it just looks like a heart. I did that wrong.
I would make it a little narrower. Just maybe move the whole thing up and then make the snout more gradual, I guess.
1 second. Okay. And so move the whole sprite. Oh. I'm doing this on a trackpad too, so it's a little bit hard to draw.
And then just, you see where you're going 1, 1 on the, yeah, if you
Okay,
make it
that
2,
2.
yeah.
So 1 down and then 1 down. 1, 2.
And then a space between the ears.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So there's only 2, so I guess just those 2.
Just make both of those, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Close enough. We can
Close
iterate later.
Yeah, we can change it later.
Kind of looks like a ghost.
The fox, and then
As
when
they all do.
I think we need at least 1 more. And this one should be like much bigger. So I think the fun thing about this is that you don't really know what the enemy is until you hit it. And then it gets revealed. So maybe we could do a polar bear and we can make it real big.
yeah, I was typing that out. Okay. So if we want to make it bigger, we can type that in down here to increase the size of the workspace. Okay. So this one's 32 pixels by 32 pixels, and it's just going to be a big one.
Bears have round ears.
Huh?
But the eyes should be the same size, so you can't tell.
Oh, yeah. So, see, the first 2 were easier, and now I'm concerned about my drawing.
It's just got to be round ears and a round face, I think. Oh, that's a great ear.
Yeah, and I really want to copy it, but we don't have a copy. Oh, no.
Wait, I don't think we can do the eyes the same distance apart, but I think the head has to be the same size as the other ones. And then the body.
The polar bear that has like a really wide face with 2 eyes like right next to each other.
So I think what you've got here, like if you do the other ear, like right where your mouse is right now.
Yeah.
And then you just make it so it has a big body with the head. Then you could put the 2 eyes close together.
Oh, wrong side. Okay, there we go. And down 1, right 1. Okay, so there's our second ear.
You're missing 1 pixel. Right there.
Right there. Right there. Okay. Okay, so we got that. I don't know why, but this is really messing with my eyes, just having the white on the checkerboard pattern right behind it.
You could do it in a different color and then change it.
That will help probably. Let's make it red to start. There we go. Okay, so if these are the ears, oh, well, if these are the ears, we need to make it that face size too, the face.
Yeah, use the circle tool.
Yeah. Okay. I forget. Circle is from center, right?
Center.
Yep.
Yeah. Down. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna undo that one slightly so I can start it lower. I'm gonna go with the square tool to start. Then we can add some edges. Okay. So big body, big face. And let's add a little corner right here. Corner right there. And then we can have the bottom side be a little bit more rounded. Okay. Paint bucket, paint bucket, paint bucket. Now it looks like a frog. That's fine.
Give it eyes.
Yeah.
It looks like it has high cheekbones.
I think you should make it narrower by a pixel or two.
Yes. Let's try that. Now this definitely looks like one of the frogs in my village in Animal Crossing.
So growing up, my great-grandmother, who lived out in the middle of Arizona, had a pond that had bullfrogs in it.
Mhm.
Every winter they would freeze, and all the bullfrogs would freeze because bullfrogs freeze during the winter and hibernate.
Oh.
So you could pull them out of the water, and they would just be like frog sickles.
Okay.
Then put them back, of course.
Yes. Okay. It's kind of a polar bear.
I
guess
love it.
Yeah.
That's so good.
we could add like the mouth once it eats, so we could like when we could see what image it is when we collide, and change all the color, but then also add a mouth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That'll be
Ears.
Yes, that's my polar bear. It works. Okay, so now they're all on top of each other, but we want to just make a random one each couple seconds probably. So on game update, every 2 seconds. I guess just the normal pick random. Or chosen critter. So we made our update loop that happens every 2 seconds, and we're picking a critter in here. We have 3 critters right now. I guess it's easier just to put these into an array right now, isn't it?
Yeah,
Oh.
probably.
Okay. So let's
You
make
just
it
do a big if statement also, I guess.
yeah.
I erasing is good.
Yeah.
Too many opinions.
We can remember what they look like. We don't need to keep one per. Oh,
I think it reads really well right now, Joey.
okay. So let's pull this one out. That can be our little diagram for later, what they look like. How'd that get lost?
That's a good question.
I'll have to watch that again later to see what I did. But anyway, critters. So those are our critters. So we'll pick one from 0 to, we need length of array, critters. But we don't want to include the length because that's the last index and that's not right. So we need to do -1.
So in programming terms, the pick random is inclusive. So both of the upper bound and the lower bound are included in the possible random numbers.
No, I had that in
And
the
then
right spot. in the
since
first
our
place.
arrays start with 0, the last item in the array is actually the length minus 1, which is what Joey's doing now.
Yeah. So this is index 0, index 1, and index 2. And so now this will go from 0 to 2. So 0, 1, or 2. And that's what we want. Okay. So we got that. We've chosen our critter, and that gives us, let's rename that real quick, because it's not the full critter. We want chosen critter image. The image of the chosen critter.
Well, that's the index right now.
Yes.
That's fine.
Okay, I'm just going to rename it again because I'll get confused later if I don't. Chosen critter index. Okay, so we're choosing our critter here, and we want to make the critter. That part's easy enough. Okay, rename that one to critter. Oh.
Yeah, you already got a sprite kind.
Critter sprite. And make that a critter. And this part should be good because we can just put this, the get value at. We want to get it from critters, and we want to get chosen critter index. So now every 200 seconds, or every 2 seconds, it will create a new one. There, it made the polar bear. So we got that. And want to position them around the screen, I guess.
Well, probably on the left side of the screen, right?
I guess
they're coming at you from across.
Okay,
right?
yeah. When they get splattered, we'll figure out what happens when they get splattered in a minute. But yes, we want to set their X position of critter sprite. I'm gonna do it one by one so that I can set right, and then it's gonna be prettier. So I want, because then they'll come in like one piece at a time. Set their right side to 0. So now that they'll start off screen and come in. And then can set critter sprite VX to 20. So now they're coming at you. Slowly. There they are. Okay. You can see them when they overlap slightly. That part's fine.
3 bears in a row.
Yeah. Nice.
I will reiterate, our random is actually random.
Yes, it just, like any true randomness, it never feels random when it happens. So
it's not cryptographically secure, but it is random.
Yeah. So I'm going to do one more thing real quick, which is give them a random Y position to start with, just so that, you know, they show up in a different spot on the screen and they're not just forming a little line. And to do that, I'll use pick random, and I will use scene height, screen height. So one's right there, one's right there. I guess we should really choose from like 10 onward, because if they're at screen height, if they're at the top there, we won't see them.
So maybe minus 10 on the screen height too?
Yeah, that sounds fair. So math. There we go. Minus 10. Okay. So now we're spawning right here, spawning right there, and we are good to go. Okay. Was there anything else we should do right away? I guess auto destroy like always.
I think if you turn on auto destroy, it'll destroy itself immediately.
Yeah. Let's do projectiles first, and we can take care of the auto destroy.
Okay. So yeah, we can. Oh, make them as projectiles to start?
No, like the monkey's projectiles.
Oh, yes. We can figure out the rest of it later. That makes sense.
They were going to need another array of images.
One thing that could simplify this is if they were just coming top down and you were throwing at them like sideways, and you're just revealing a parade of animals.
They're coming top down. Oh, so they're coming down this way.
Yeah.
And we're still right here, but we're throwing it this way. Okay.
But the monkey's running.
Yeah, the
Oh,
monkeys.
you're right.
So the game mechanic I was picturing is that you have to dodge the predators. So you reveal them to see the shape of the thing.
Oh.
And then,
Yeah,
Maybe once they're
that's what I was-
revealed, they sort of scurry off to the top or bottom a little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Could
Well,
change.
this is enough to start on that part, and I just want to do like the paintball part first. So let's
Yeah.
make the fruit array first, and then we can do the rest.
But I like the idea of them not leaving. I like the idea that you have to dodge them. You've just revealed their size, so now it's like possible.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get our fruit. I guess we probably need smaller fruit, so I should just draw smaller fruit.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Or I could use my scaling.
Okay, let's choose some fruit.
Okay. I guess we need a banana.
Solid first choice.
Yeah.
Classic.
No.
You can use the circle tool.
Don't we have a lot of fruit in the gallery?
We do, but they're as big as the monkey is.
Right.
Yeah, I guess the circle tool would probably be good for this. So I clear this first. Because we want the bottom arc of a circle. Oh, that is not the circle tool. That is the circle tool. So we want this.
Mhm.
Okay. So erase everything above it and to the side. Is that a banana?
Maybe make it 2 pixels wide and put a little brown thing on top.
Yeah.
And black on the other side.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe. Brown, and you said a little.
Yeah.
That's banana adjacent.
Yeah.
I think that's identifiable as a banana.
Okay. So that's one of our images, and let's make that array now. New variable, food images. Let's get rid of this one now. What else would a monkey throw?
Tomato.
Tomato? Yeah. I want to say it would throw a papaya, but I don't remember what a papaya looks like basically at all. So I don't
orange.
Sounds
But
right.
I think 2's a good start.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait, add a little green thing on top of the tomato.
Yeah.
That is important. So it's either a tomato or an apple. Is there any way to make it?
You can make it wider.
Yeah, you might want to make it a little rounder, or
Just
maybe fill those corners
1
back.
pixel over.
I guess maybe just filling the corners back in is enough.
And then,
Well, so I think what Shannon was saying was make it 1 pixel wider, so 4x4 instead of 3x3.
Okay.
And then you can just add in the 2. Oh, well, this works too. I think the difference is tomatoes can be flat and apples are. It doesn't matter. This is good. We should go.
Okay. Tomato right there.
yes.
Yes. If anybody thinks it's an apple too, I don't think that's too offensive. Okay. So we want to throw that
I think
on.
it's pretty offensive just because apples are not red on the inside.
Well, they can be covered in peels. That's fine. Okay. So we want to throw a projectile, and that's not that bad because we can just go in here and say throw it from my monkey projectiles. This is I'm sure we've used this before, but I can't remember when.
We used it in the Crossy Road for sure.
Yeah. This one says we're going to create a sprite, and it's going to start from the monkey. So it's going to be on top of the monkey to start and go in whatever direction we say. Let's say -20 or -50. Oh, -50. Oh, that input did not like what I was typing.
You typed like 0, negative, 0, minus 50, I think.
Yeah, well, I pressed back, and I can explain that later. That one's minor. So it's going to start from them. Let's do the same thing as up here. You don't want to just copy it now. So we get length of array, set, make a variable, chosen food index. I'm going to leave that for now. I can fix that one later. Pick random from 0 to chosen food index's length minus 1. Food images. So this is the same thing as up here. And for the same reason, I'm just going to duplicate that real quick. And food images and chosen food index. Okay. There we go. So this should create a projectile every time I throw.
Nice.
Looks awesome.
Yeah.
I'm actually happy with
definitely
those.
looks like tomatoes and bananas. So
Um,
when you zoom out, you can tell.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So now we need the collision between animal and banana, I guess.
Crit.
Good.
So should each type of food have a different kind, or what's the goal?
That's a good question. It's probably, it'd be more complicated to do the thing where I just pick a random color from the image. That's probably what I would normally do. Or I can just check the image and just compare it if it's equal with this. Do we have an equals block? We don't have.
No, I don't think so.
You could set the Z to the index.
Do you want to do a random
I
color
hate that,
for
but I'm
now?
going to do that because that's by far the simplest thing here, I think.
So what we're doing right now is sometimes you want to include data with a sprite. And I believe Pelly is actually working on an extension for that right now. But because he hasn't done it yet, we're going to instead use the Z. So Z is a nice little property because it's a number and it just controls the drawing order. So you can kind of stash a number in there if you really want to. It's a bit of a hack because it makes your code kind of harder to understand. You kind of have to just remember what the Z-depth means in this instance. And Z-depth has its own kind of intrinsic meaning, which is like the order on which it's drawn on the screen. But if you only have a few different types of sprites, you can use it to store things like, in this case, the type of food that's being thrown.
Yeah.
Joey, why don't you just put the
Joey, you
chosen
have
food
the
index?
index. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, you are right. I was going to set it to the color that's going to be drawn, but I can do the if else down here. That makes more sense. And it's worth noting that that is a thing that is very easy to work or like handle correctly in JavaScript. It's just in blocks we don't have the thing to do it right now.
So if you're coding in JavaScript, there is a data property on the sprite, sprite.data, and you can store whatever you want in there. We don't use it internally. It's just for user code. So like I said, I think Pelly's working on an extension for that literally right now to service that.
So this is going to be between a player and a projectile. No, it's going to be between a critter and a projectile, because these start off as projectiles. We want to drag in other sprite. Oh, that one got upset. This is actually a slide. There we go. Oh. Keep on clicking the wrong thing. Okay. And we want to get 0 equal to their Z index. So this one will be for banana. Okay.
So we have an images block that changes the color
Yes.
of one pixel. Yeah.
So we want to go down here and say, where is it?
The very last one.
Change color in picture, very last one.
Yes, there we go. So change color in picture. And we don't want my sprite image, we want other sprite image because that is our projectile. No, we want sprite image because that is our critter, not our projectile. Yes. And we want to change, each time we want to change it from white to something else. For index 0, that's going to be the banana, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that should be yellow. Okay, let's add another condition. So if it is 1, why did that? Oh, yes, that's why I lost. So if it's 1, I'm getting a lot of things behind this, so that's going to be lost. We want to duplicate that. Oh, that one worked. Change it from white to, this one's a tomato, so red. And let's try this one out. There we go. That's kind of horrifying. I don't like that red.
It could be pink. It could be.
I think pink is better because it's like blended with the white skin. Yeah,
That's red.
Okay, pink is a lot better. And let's make it so it doesn't go through them because that's a little bit too easy that way. So we want to destroy the projectile when it gets seen. So after it's collided, we'll destroy the projectile, and then it won't keep on going through to the critters that are behind this critter. I guess that makes the game harder because you can't hit the critter behind a critter too. So should we?
I mean, that seems like a fair challenge.
Yeah.
I guess that's fair. Okay. So then, easiest way to make the
critters.
Oh,
Wait,
it's
why are
making
they
them
all pink
all.
now?
We need to clone the image, don't we? There we go.
Yes.
Okay. We need to. So what's happening right now is that each of these is referring to the same image, kind of like in the array. So when we pick this one, we're saying, okay, this critter has this image, and it's always the same image. So when you hit one, it's going to hit all of them at once.
So this is a little bit of JavaScript that's bubbling up through the blocks. Basically, in JavaScript terms, all of them are pointing to the same reference. And because we're changing that referenced variable, all of them are I guess, getting recreated. Or not recreated, but getting edited at the same time.
For some games, that's exactly what you want. It can be very useful. Like maybe we did want to change all the foxes at once.
Yeah. Yeah, so that can be useful at times. Here is just a little bit of an annoyance. The clone block just says, okay, take this image and give me a copy of it. Give me a new version of that has all the same stuff as that image. So now it's not doing the thing where it has all the same colors for each critter as you go along. Okay. So we're mostly there, I think. I guess we can just add some score and a way to lose, which would be, when they hit you. And that's a good start.
And honestly, I think they're moving slow enough that maybe we just don't even do lives. We just do
instant.
Yeah, that sounds fair. So let's add the way to lose first, and then I'm going to mute the simulator while I'm thinking about it, so I don't get a very loud bump. So we want to be between player and critter. And when you get hit, you lose. That sounds fair. So we're going to get hit and yes, I did mute. Let's hit him, but now we got hit. So we have a way to lose, and it's kind of boring if it just goes on forever and you don't know how good you're doing. So add a score. So let's just make it
at the same time we remove the sprites that are going off screen.
Yes.
Yes. I was just going to make it, I like numbers getting big really quick, so I was just going to make it go up every frame.
Oh, like length of time survived?
Oh, yeah, that's not bad either.
Right? I just like it when the numbers get big because it makes me feel better because I'm like, yeah, I'm doing good at this game. So if we do it like that, the numbers go up really high.
I like it. It's like a survival game.
Yeah. Okay. But we should do the removing them just because then we can play it on hardware later.
Yeah.
I guess we should also fix this. So that
I'm going to be very upset if we don't add kiwis for green and blueberries for blue.
We will definitely do that, and but let's do the stay in screen one because that just takes a moment. Monkey, stay in screen. And actually, I think if we extend this one in the future, a very easy way to make this work would be to make with the monkeys instead of monkey would be to make it multiplayer, because I don't think that's that much of a jump, and then a little bit more fun. But we can look at that later. So we did that. Let's destroy the animals when they go off screen so that the game also works. So easiest way to do that I can think of would just be every update, look through the animals and see if they've gone past the screen width, right? Because we don't want to use the auto destroy because they start out off the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Be a little bit of a problem.
They could also start 1 pixel on the screen and then auto destroy.
I guess that works.
Actually, I'm not sure that works because.
Oh, it does.
Actually, yeah, I should.
Yeah, I wrote this. I should know this. The auto destroy will trigger when the bounds of the sprite are off the screen, not when the sprite itself, like the image, is off the screen. So it should be fine to do that. So if we do 1, it's very easy to tell if it's working. And say, change the critter sprite and auto destroy on. Let's see if the critter sprite shows up. Yeah, that worked.
Cool. Yeah.
Nice.
Perfect.
Good call, Daryl. That would have been a little bit of an annoying thing to do.
I got another kind of crazy idea.
Yeah.
So what if you controlled a little pack of monkeys, and then you could switch the B button from changing to a column formation to a row formation. The row formation helps you dodge. The column formation helps you hit lots of animals at once.
I'm definitely going to do that. I don't think we're necessarily really going to do that on the stream today.
Yeah.
But either in a future stream or tonight by myself, I will do that. I don't want to make Richard upset though, so I'm going to add the kiwis real quick.
And blueberries.
And blueberries. So kiwis, we said green?
Well, they're brown.
Oh, kiwis are brown, but they're going to show up green.
Yeah.
And do they have like a green stem? I don't remember.
No, they're just kind of brown ovals.
Like that?
Yeah. Oval. Little one more row. Make it like longer than it is tall. I mean, taller than it is long. Perfect.
Okay. See, this is the type of drawing that I can do, so that's helpful. Yes. So we're gonna duplicate this, and other sprite z index. Why is this one working? But that okay. So kiwis are index 2, and we're gonna make it change the image from white to green.
Mm-hmm.
And should blueberries just be a single blue dot?
No, just like a few blue dots.
Okay. Oh, are we throwing blueberries or blueberry? That blue.
Maybe a couple berries. Yeah.
It was like a scatter shot of blueberries. Okay. And three, change other sprite z index and duplicate that. There we go. And change it to blue. I think light blue. Blueberries aren't going to be enough to turn them into a full blue.
This is great. We definitely nailed the colorful part of our challenge.
I think we nailed all parts.
Well, we only got one monkey so far.
I guess that's true.
But I will add the other monkeys. Oh, that blueberry.
Blue yet.
So hard to get to blueberry.
Oh no. No. No.
Oh, bear.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh,
Oh gosh, the bear looks really good.
Okay, that bear was definitely a frog though, because it is green, but I don't mind that.
All right, well, let's see what
That's
your
probably-
high score is.
Huh?
Let's see what you can get to in high score.
Well,
You're basically done, right?
while
I could
Joe's
probably
doing
do
that,
the
I want to
April
start the thing we've been forgetting to do for our past streams, which is we need to come up with a name.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I'll do this while you guys think about it, because I think this one's probably. Oh, yeah. There was no way to win there. I don't think.
Animals
Um,
sorbet.
There was one right here too. Okay. So that's my high score is 1,204, but 13th. Not well. We're not a tree. So team.
Wait, it's supposed to be
No,
stream.
no, that was supposed to be
Yeah.
stream. Okay, that's why I said stream.
Animals sorbet.
Kind of makes it
That's-
sound like you're making sorbet out of animals.
It's true.
I like sorbet though. I feel like that captures the color palette we have gone with,
Yeah.
and also the fruit. Mm.
So
Sorbet
gonna
a
have the
la monkey.
sorbet in there, but not animal sorbet.
Wait, what, Richard?
Sorbet a la monkey.
Do I have the special keys on? No, I don't. So I can't do the like A.
I
But
like
I'll
it.
fix that before I release this.
If anyone else has a pitch, that's cool too.
Wait, so what does Allah mean? So this doesn't mean that you're eating the monkey, I assume.
No,
Well,
Frog.
it means sorbet with monkey.
I thought it was because of. Oh man.
I thought Allah was like side of, or is how you see it in like restaurants.
Guys, I took 3 years of French, and
In the style or manner of.
I took 4 years of German, and I know less than that amount. It's a lot.
So we said
Sorbet
sorbet
vis-a-vis
in
monkey.
the
Sorry.
style of monkey. I don't. We need Pelly on here.
Yeah.
You tell me.
I think we always
He's
need Pelly on here,
spoken.
but you know. I think that's all we probably should do for this stream. We might come back to this one at some point.
Sounds good.
Okay.
I think you can get a better high score, personally.
I can, but like, you guys want to do outros now while I'm trying to win? Oh no. Okay. So I'm Joey at JWonderl on the forums.
I'm Richard at Richard on the forums.
I'm Daryl at Darzoo on the forums.
I'm Shannon. I'm at Shakao on the forums. Oh, Joey's approaching his head.
Oh no. I'm the one right
So
below
the
me.
tricky thing is,
Oh, I got the high score though. Yeah, that's good.
you want to know what kind of animal it is when you're like deciding whether or not to move into its path, you know? And that's
Yeah.
like impossible to do because you have to already be in its path.
That's why you got to be strategic. That's why you have to prepare. That's part of the challenge of the game.
Or you need your little column row. Actually, that wouldn't help you. Maybe the fruits have a random angle to them.
I can do the thing that I did in the football game and make it so you can like throw it in an angle. We can get to that.
I mean, we need a spread power up. So you're throwing one fruit for now, but as you keep going, you start throwing more.
An
Yeah.
arc of
The
fruit.
monkey should have a little backpack that he pulls fruit from.
Monkeys just got fruit.
It's true.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think that's it for today. See you.
All right.
All right.
See you guys later.
Yeah.